What's up, YouTube, and welcome back. We're coming up on the 4th of July weekend. I got Mrs. Sutranius behind me out here on the bike, going out for a little ride. I just want to hope everybody has a happy 4th of July. Happy birthday to the United States of America. It's the day of Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence actually was formed on July 2nd of 1776, but was actually ratified by Congress 2 days later on July 4th. It's kind of a little bit of history there. But we're just out going for a little ride this afternoon, getting some enjoyment out of it. So how many of you take your significant other for a ride on your bike occasionally, or do they have their own bike? I know the missus here, she does want to get herself a bike. We're actually kind of looking around and trying to find her something. You know, it's really hard to find bikes. You know, we're typically looking for something used. It's hard to find a bike, you know, just in the used market right now. They're very very scarce. She's looking for potentially either a Rebel 500 or a Kawasaki Vulcan S, or potentially another Indian Scout. No, I told her that she ought to try to learn on this one. She does have her Class M endorsement. She did take the rider safety course like myself several years ago, but you know, with taking that and not having any experience, you know, we want to start out with something small. You know, that's something she'll grow out of. It's something like, you know, that she can keep for a number of years. You know, that a way that, you know, she'll get some experience, and you know, you ought to go out and go for some rides. It's kind of hard for us both to go for rides at the same time, because, you know, with being parents, you know, we typically, you know, don't get to do this very often, but now we're getting the opportunity to. Little guy right now, my son is with some friends right now, so we're going to go out here and take a little advantage of this, enjoy it, and maybe I can, you know, rub off a little of this enjoyment of motorcycle riding on her. Ah, the evening sun, right? Nothing is right. The evening sun right in your face. One thing about riding in the evenings is that when you're, you know, you go out for rides like this in the evenings. You know, typically depending on what direction you're traveling, is, you know, you're gonna end up getting the sun in your eyes.
You so far, it's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
Now we looked at, like I said, as kind of a starter bike, either a Honda Rebel 500, potentially the 300. I'm leaning more towards the 500 bike for her. You know, I think she could handle that, you know, fairly well. I think that would be a good starter bike. The Kawasaki Vulcan S, which I had mentioned in as a potential bike that I was going to get in one of my previous videos, you know, but I opted for the Scout instead. So like I said, the Rebel 500, the Kawasaki Vulcan S, The Harley Dyna, especially the Dyna Low, is a little more expensive than we want to pay. Obviously the Indian Scout 60, and she's not much into sport bikes, so not really looking at anything there. So it's more of a cruiser style bike. I can't remember what the Kawasaki, I'm sorry, I can't remember what the Yamaha and the it's the Yamaha V-Star? I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, those are the few bikes that we kind of got our eyes on right now. More or less looking in the used market for these bikes, like I said, and I just want to see, you know, what's available. Not really looking for a new bike, but you know, it's really hard to find a used bike right now. They're just very scarce. You know, we just don't really have a lot of inventory of motorcycles at the dealers or at what we have here locally. It's just not really much available. So yeah, we'll see what we can find. I'm still looking. I'm kind of spreading out my search area and seeing what's the you know, what options are out there. But like I said, I want to find something used, something fairly inexpensive. I mean, maybe even starting out on a fairly older bike or something. You know, something that would be fairly inexpensive and, you know, just a good starter bike. I mean, obviously, like I said, I started out on a Ninja 250, and you know, we had that bike, and she did get to ride it. She did ride it a little bit in some parking lots, but the seat height was too high for her. It just wasn't comfortable enough. When we took that course, we took the MSF course, they actually had us ride a little Rebel 250s, and she really liked them. She really liked the Rebel 250s, so they were good little starter bikes. And obviously the Rebels, the 300 and the 500, you know, they're significantly improved. You know, got a lot more tech with them now, ABS, you know, the digital speedometer, a lot more power. I mean, even the Rebel 300 is worlds more power than the 250 is. So, I mean, that 300 would be a good starter bike. Alright guys, well, I will go ahead and wrap this up. I hope everyone has a happy 4th of July. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. You get to spend time with your families, see some awesome fireworks. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for watching. Drop me a like, and you know, if you, like I said, if you have a significant other that got a motorcycle, and what did you start on, or what did they start on, and let me know. I'm just curious. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.